244, back in the public eye.
No.
What's up?
I hate the public eye.
What's up, guys?
I hate when they look at me.
Ugh.
I don't want the world to see me.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's good. I like that. That should be a song.
'Cause why?
Dude, you should make a whole song about that.
I don't think that they would understand.
Oh,
They wouldn't understand that a band called the Goo Goo Dolls is guys.
that was when the Googe
The
sold
Googe
out.
Dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be babies.
What movie did they make that's like, wasn't that a
City of Angels.
City of, that's what it
Yeah,
was. City of,
City
I was
of
like, I knew it
Angels.
was some fucking angel
Nicolas
movie.
Cage and Meg Ryan.
Angels in
Yeah.
the outfield. It was for
Oh.
angels in the outfield.
I honestly,
Because the angels, they were like, I don't want the world to see me because I'm a ghost. And if they saw me, if we were always on the outfield, then they would get tired of it real fast.
Do your brains ever mash movies together?
all the time.
I got reminded of this because
Yeah, all of them for me.
I was talking about the movie Angus that I streamed last week, and it's good or better than I remembered. Even just one of those era movies. It's also shot really nicely too. Like you can tell they had an actual guy that wanted to do sort of artsy stuff with it. And like I was just talking about with Nate and Drew, the fucking soundtrack's just amazing. But Ben said, I used to mash this movie, Mask, and Powder all in my head as the same one, which is funny because I guess they all take place at a high school, and that's pretty much the only thing that's related.
Just they're bullied kids.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it makes sense. But I used to do that with Rookie of the Year and Angels in the Outfield
Mm-hmm.
because there's
See,
just like baseball movies
was,
from around the same time.
And that one with Rosie
Remember
O'Donnell.
when the Angels made that kid's arm break so he threw fast?
And there was also, I think it was like Little Big League or whatever, and his like grandpa owned the Twins, and then like his grandpa dies, and he like gets ownership of the Twins at like 12 years old and becomes the manager.
Oh my
That
god,
one gets, I can play that
That
one
movie's so awesome.
sometimes.
Yeah. And then he says, if you build it, they will come.
The one thing I
Mhm.
hate about all of those, though, any of those movies where like a kid was suddenly an adult or rich or perceived as old, even they
Yeah.
always had an adult girlfriend, just basically a pedophile.
That was
Yeah.
Blank Check got
Blank
kissed
Check
by
is
the
the biggest one.
25-year-old. But like Weird Science too.
Yeah.
Weird Science, like I mean, the Weird Science was fucking hilarious though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the
But,
bar scene where Andrew Michael Hall, that's his name, right?
Anthony Michael
Hall, yeah. I call him Andrew because he looked like Andrew when Andrew's little. But Anthony Michael Hall's character, when he's doing the black guy voice, the jive voice in the bar with all the old black guys, he's talking about the girl in the 8th grade with the big titties. Like that was an amazing fucking job for a child actor to do. Like in one of the most insanely funny scenes that's ever. You couldn't do that anymore, but not because of woke.
You couldn't do that anymore because Anthony Michael Hall is like 63.
Yeah. Actually, he might be better at it now. He'd be like a Tom Waits type.
Yeah, he's lived in a black neighborhood ever since then. He did the reverse O.J. Simpson.
Doing the wannabe Tom Waits thing where the way you dress and you stand in the dark corner so no one can really tell if you're white or black. It's really cool.
That's a good move.
Mm-hmm. It's soulful.
Yeah, I'm trying to sound like Tom Waits. I just roll up dust bunnies and a cigar. I get it backwards, and then I get a bunch of dust from under the fridge, and then I smoke that, and it's mostly hair, but some of it's food.
Well, you can get high off
There's
hair.
no dust under my fridge because I kick all my ice under there.
Well, it depends what the
Hey,
person
pretty
was
good.
smoking.
Yeah, mine's just food.
Like when I was growing up, we went to my friend's house, and I heard that his dad used to do a lot of drugs, and he was in jail. So we would try to take his hair from the hairbrush and smoke it, and I still do that.
Failing a drug test because you smoked someone's hair.
And they can smell your breath too.
Did
Did you see that picture? I think it was a video that was going around today of the guy doing the drug test, and then
His pee
The pee
bladder
explodes.
exploded in his pants.
No.
yeah,
No.
so it looks like he just
I
pissed himself.
I retweeted it earlier. It just looks like he pissed himself.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing
wow.
about that particular clinic, that's for employment, so it's not for like probation. So like it's kind of funnier because it's just a guy
Yeah.
that was like,
Yeah,
he's
Oh,
not fucked.
No.
He just
He knocked
just
over
has
a
to get
shelf at
embarrassed
work.
now. Yeah, he just has to not get that
well, he
job.
might get fired. But
Or he'll say, one of the replies was funny. It was like, I have to reschedule because I peed myself. I was fucking dying. Just telling him that. I'd rather say that I peed myself than say my fucking fake dollar store pee leaked in my fucking shorts because I'm a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you explain that in a way that makes you sound competent to work.
Yeah, like convince them like, oh, well, this guy just made a mistake.
Because either you are drunk or you're very sick and you have a medical problem, and that's also like, we can't have you driving heavy machinery if you're gonna pee yourself if you have like some sort of I don't know, like a neurodegenerative disease or something.
Honestly, I've almost peed myself at drug tests for employment just because I had to pee so bad, waiting for them to fucking get to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on.
I had to drive all the way down to I had to drive down to downtown, walk across this fucking parking garage, walk all the way to the fucking Henry Ford like human resources office, walk up all these stairs, and the whole time I have all this liquid just waiting to come out. And then when I finally peed, she had to watch me because it was like a hospital job. They come and like literally watch you pee, like just kind of stand there to make sure you're not fucking around, not really watch. But she's like, "Damn, you really had to go." I was like, "Yeah."
My friends that all played sports.
It was like 90 seconds straight of just flow.
My friends that all played sports had to pee all the time, and someone like always had to watch them because they were like Division I at Akron. And I always thought like, that's so how I couldn't do that.
Who even cares?
Someone coming over and being like, "Hey, I'll watch you pee." Be like, no, you don't. Have
Anytime
to watch
I've had
me
someone
pee.
actually watch me pee, though, they're not even watching. They're turned around on their phone, just chilling. Like,
yeah,
no, they're not looking.
Not me.
Yeah.
I would if that was my job. I'd be holding a magnifying glass and be like, "That's so look at that."
Yep. The FBI, they have a guy that takes the cup right away and sips it.
Yeah,
I would ask them to hold it.
Mm.
Can you hold it while I look at my phone since you're here anyway?
I hate my job of being the guy who has to hold the pee bottle.
Yeah. Can you shake it? Can you shake it at the end, please?
When I was peeing for like 90 seconds before my last hospital job, during that test, I wanted to ask can I get another cup? This one's full. Instead of just going to the toilet for the rest of it.
Give me another cup. Just yelling out.
Yeah, you just start holding it in again. Like, oh, I need another cup. I need another cup.
That also, like, have you guys ever had to give a stool sample and they give you that little cup and shit?
Yeah.
Sending back cum?
No.
You guys never had to give a stool sample? That's crazy. Well, you should. Once you're in your 30s.
Nah, my stool's cracked.
Ooh, that's not good. You should fix that.
It's broken and cracked.
Need to
It must
hydrate
be
more.
really dry.
My
yeah.
ass is cracked.
I thought the funniest thing with a stool sample would be to like just fill it up to the brim and like you squeeze the cap or you like screw the cap on. It's like dripping down the sides.
Or you have straight diarrhea.
Oh, yeah. I thought about that too, where you can tell, like, you had to use the cap to cut the turd off.
Yeah.
It was so big. It's just stuffed
And it's like
in
you
there.
gotta squish it down.
Yeah.
Like doing that when you have food poisoning and giving them a cup full of like liquid green diarrhea.
It's so tight. It's so tight and compressed. Like right when they spin the cap off, it shoots to the ceiling and there's shit everywhere. Like a grenade.
Like for knowing you have to do that, and then for like a week straight, you just eat nothing but like spinach and kale and peanuts, just all in there.
That'd be
Oh,
good.
sorry, sorry, it was corn
Corn.
night.
Yeah, you're only eating corn, and it's just mostly corn in the sample. It looks like just like a baby, like a container for like homemade baby food, but it's just of like corn. Sorry.
We're talking
It
about
didn't take
the guy
long
who
to get into the food.
the guy whose fake pee blew up, and Dan K said he had a fake pee mishap that wasn't that bad. He said, I didn't have enough clean piss in the tied-off condom to fill the cup, so I had to add some of my own. It was just enough to make me fail. So fucking funny.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And he said, to get a job stocking shelves at Walmart in caps. So fun.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Big Dave
they
said,
shouldn't-
America is so
it's a
gay.
waste.
And he's right.
I had to take a piss test at work when I got electric shocked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did I talk about that on here?
I think so.
I think a little bit.
A little,
Maybe I was
but
there.
fucking, I had to get piss test because someone left a wire dangling that was live, and I brushed up against it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like policy that I had to with like the general contractor. But like, I like my occasional edible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I'm gonna fail this piss test because I have THC in my blood. And they're like, well, you do it first, and then if it's like a fail, we'll cotton swab your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like noided out about, oh my god, what if I fail the swab because I did have an edible last night? Like I wasn't under the influence at work, but like it's been fucking 12 hours or whatever, and I'm like Googling all the different shit, and I'm like, okay, well, hopefully it's just like not in my like gums, and we're fine. And I pee in the cup. It was weird because the person like sat right outside and like listened to me pee, and you're
Yeah.
not allowed to like lock the door.
Not flush the
And,
toilet until you get it.
Yeah. And I'm like getting ready to do the oral swab, and she says, all right, you're good. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, no, it's fine. You don't need to do you passed. And I said, like, in front of like our head safety guy, that it must not be a very good piss test then. And there was like a guy that was like drunk as fuck
my
there
God.
that was brought in by his employer to get piss tested right after me, and I was able to like walk out all happy. But yeah, the cup has like a fucking pH strip thing in it that
Yeah.
immediately tells you your results. I thought it was cool.
That's
love
what
piss test
when I did
technology.
my piss test. That's what the guy just literally. I hand this warm cup of pee to him. He was like, "Yep, you passed. I'm not supposed to tell you, but you're good to go." And I was like, "Oh, really? Like how?" I was like, "How did you?" And he's like, "Yeah, it would change colors." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
now, yeah, it's just like my pee's just gray. Perfect."
That's the same test they make parents buy for like $44.99 at Walgreens to give to their kid.
Yeah.
Are you smoking
I had a
weed?
I had a lot of friends that had to take those tests.
Hold on,
what a waste.
Hold on, let me get my fake pee, Dad. Be right back.
It would also, I like the idea as well of when you take that pee test and like they're outside and they're like, don't flush. And you like start shitting on the toilet. And you're like, well, I got it. I'm only comfortable sitting down and I just kind of, it came down. Should I flush? What do you want
just
me to
take
do?
that as a permanent order. Don't flush. Okay.
Yeah, I like when they say don't flush. I'm like, I don't flush, dumbass.
Yeah, until they say flush, then you don't have to flush anymore.
Those are like those people
You're
that make
good.
it. Those are those people that are selfish and they make it dirtier for everyone else in the world. So like, oh no, I hover piss over the toilet because I don't want to sit on it.
Yeah.
Make a big mess.
I put one of those seat covers on the seat and then I piss all over it.
If I do have to poop in a public place, I don't flush because I don't want to touch the handle.
That's
So
the
leave
worst.
This big turd just floating
Man.
there.
I just go on the floor because I don't even want to get germs on me.
I hate going to like a sporting event or like a concert or something. You go into the bathroom and like there's a stall open. So you go in there and there's just like a huge fucking turd in there. And then there's like all this piss all in the toilet. And, like everyone's just peeing in it and like no one's flushing it. And like there's nothing to be done. And like no, everyone's just like, whatever. I'm just going to pee on the turd and go about my business.
You know,
What
it makes
drives
me
me
so
up the
sick.
fucking wall on my job site in the little like shitter outhouses?
Yeah.
You know how they have like the urinal that's built in the side now, right? So you don't get as much piss on the seat.
Yeah.
Great. Whoever
I
made
thought that was the sink.
Yeah, whoever made that should be. I hope they're a millionaire. But people will just like throw toilet paper in there, and then
that's so
other
annoying.
people will come and piss in it.
Yeah,
so then you just
that's-
have like a trough full of piss
Ew.
that like if you have to shit, you are like sitting next to a big thing of piss.
That's so
Yeah,
nasty.
That's annoying. People
yeah,
are
I just
hate
hover
when people are
shit, so I
gross
don't
about
get
that.
Ugh.
People are just so gross about public restrooms. Just
Public
just like
restrooms
shit.
would be fine if you all acted normal and shit normal
Yeah.
and did stuff normal.
Just go in a bottle and put it in the wall.
Yeah,
That's right.
there it is. Simple. It's easy.
Trying to shit into a brisk bottle. Ugh.
Well, when you shit, you got to, unless you have like a really tight
Gatorade?
asshole and you can aim it really well, you got to have, well, you could have one of the bigger Gatorade bottles, or you
Yeah.
could just have like an iced coffee cup and go in there.
Okay. Yeah. Like
Just
a
have
40.
liquid diarrhea into that and put it back on and put the straw back in.
Pinching my butt and ordering a 64-ounce from Dunkin' and just tossing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go.
I call these the big dump cups.
Big dopes.
Big dope.
Big dope.
So RFK Jr. cut off a whale's head with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
He found a whale
It's
on the
fucking
beach.
insane.
This week.
What?
It
He
wasn't
didn't do it this week,
was
but
some years
it
ago,
came up
but it's
because
funny.
there was a 2012 interview with his daughter, Kick.
Yeah.
Her name is Kick.
It used to be Twitch.
Yeah, it used to be Twitch, and then she started saying the N-word.
They paid.
And here's a quote here. When she was 6, word got out that a dead whale had washed up on Squaw Island in Hyannisport. Bobby, who likes to study animal skulls and skeletons, ran down to the beach with a chainsaw, cut off the whale's head, and then bungee corded it to the roof of the family minivan for the 5-hour haul back to Mount Kisco. Every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the planet. We all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger, but that was just normal day-to-day stuff for us. And then it's not brought up ever again.
Mm-hmm.
How is that not made up?
So I would really like to know what they did with that. Same thing with the bear. Like, it doesn't seem like... It's like the dog who caught the car,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the man who caught the dog.
There's got to be
The man who hit the dog with the car.
They should excavate the fucking yard. There's so many animal bones all over.
They gotta be doing
he's
like
gotta just
blood
bury him.
magic or rituals or the lesser banishing rites
Not
of
the
whatever the
Kennedys.
fuck.
No, I don't
No.
think he has. I don't think he has the attention span for it.
Yeah.
I think they just get it home and then they throw it in the garage and they're like, "Man, I am so beat.
Yeah, I think he
I
gets
just gotta,
so excited.
I gotta go take a nap." And then they his wife throws it out.
He gets so excited about the idea of like a big bone from an animal, and like gets the whole animal, drives it home, and then just goes, "Well, the excitement is worn off. It's the purchase dopamine where you're just like, oh, I want to buy this stuff," and then you're like,
I've decided that the Kennedys are Irish travelers because they look just like them.
Honestly,
basically,
you're
actually
probably
crazy.
right.
If you look at the Texas Sherlocks, they all have Kennedy heads.
Mm-hmm. Like those big skulls, like kind of misshapen. Yeah.
Speaking of, I posted this last night in our chat, but there you go. New traveler baby named Anakin.
Yeah, that one is really good.
Oh, that's cool.
And the robes and the t-shirts, all with Anakin all over it.
His baby blanket's got lightsabers and it says Anakin on it. That's pretty cool.
I've talked about them so many times, but I love that you can tell which generation they're from, because if it's like millennials or older, everyone's named like Peter, Paul, Thomas, and now like all their kids are just named Anakin, Money, Cash, Golden,
Luxury,
Hero.
Gucci,
Lux. Yeah, literally babies named like Lux, like luxury, Luxe,
Versace.
Yeah,
Luxe, and then there's
Gucci, Versace, Sherlock.
No, there really is a Versace.
There's a Porsche.
There's a Porsche.
I mean, like any sort of like brand name that
there's
you
like
can
14
think of,
named Cash.
Yeah,
I think there's 3 kids alone
Cashes.
named Cash Carroll.
Going through like the school registry that they'll post for like their kids' grades.
Oh my God,
it's so good. I love them.
I want to be a teacher there.
I don't think you'd want to be.
They give the boys names like stupid fucking shit too. Like they're gonna name a kid Punisher for sure.
Absolutely, like Blue Lives Matter, Tipton Sherlock. There's probably gonna be like a Notre Dame Cowboy Gorman.
Quasimodo should be one of their names.
This is my son Peaky. For Peaky Blinders.
Oh my God, there probably is Thomas Shelby's.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that would be one of the more normal names.
Yeah, that you wouldn't sort of like think that one's the weird one, but and I guess it is the most normal you could name.
I think
any
there's
of
also
those kids.
I think there's a toddler named Mustang too.
It's my son Ford Raptor.
There is a Ford. I know that.
Joke.
There's definitely a Ford.
Yeah, you got to give some love to the domestic cars.
That's
Everyone
right.
names their kid after a foreign car.
There's someone named Domestique as well.
Oh, cool.
Is there a Lexus?
Yeah. Oh, easy.
Oh, yeah.
There's I can show you 100 Lexus. Nevada. Just
there's
so
a girl
many.
named Chambray. It's awesome.
Just think of like what an idiot's idea of like really fancy stuff is, and that's just what all of like the girls' names are.
Olive Garden.
Waterford Crystal Carol.
Yeah, Waterford.
Fuck. It really is like that though.
They're perfect.
This is my daughter, Grey Goose.
It's all the jokes about how people are like, oh, my parents were a teacher, and like there was a kid named Dash, LaDasha in the class, and it's like, but actually for real, like these are real.
There was
real
a kid in
people.
my class named LaDasha Nekrasova, and it was with an actual dash. And she grew up to be a drug addict.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
nice.
It was crazy.
Not too bad.
Yep. Hey, Justin Bieber had a baby too. He named it Jack Blues Bieber.
Yep.
Do you see what the St. Louis
named
Blues
after
did?
what he does from his grandma's medicine cabinet.
No, what did they do?
They quote tweeted him and said it's much better than Justin Leafs Bieber
Let's go.
because he's a big Leafs fan, right?
Yeah. That's pretty good. But congratulations on him on giving birth, because he is a gay girl.
Yep. He finally went through puberty, and it was the wrong one.
Who got that bitch pregnant? How about that?
He kind of checked out, didn't he? He's not really doing
became
shit.
a Christian.
Yeah, he had a couple of features, and then he hasn't really
He's
put
got,
out
like,
a
vertigo, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got like
he's,
that like
ill
paralyzed face or something for a bit. I don't know.
I think he's making it all up
Yeah, I mean probably
because he's dating that woman who's like
He's married to her.
She has
Stephen
fake
Baldwin's
diseases
daughter.
too.
Yeah, Stephen
Yeah.
Baldwin, the Haley Baldwin. But yeah, I mean he's like a bad guy.
He was at the NHL All-Star game and doing stuff, but he had to like sit down a lot because of his disease.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, me too.
Oh,
Yeah,
lazy.
I know, hey, listen.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, I have that too. I'll have what he's having.
Yeah.
I'm super tired. Disease.
I have what he's having. Guy that's looking for
See.
excuses.
In November 2022, she stated that she had an ovarian cyst the size of an apple on her ovary, and she had such cysts a few times. Well, joke's on her. It turns out that was a baby.
Ew.
Yeah. Just took that
was a
long.
baby.
Hearing something like that saying ew.
Ew.
Yeah, my mom found out she has throat cancer. Ew. Sorry.
Ew.
Ugh.
Bieber had Lyme disease in 2020, and then in June 2022, he got Ramsay Hunt syndrome, which is the one that caused his face to be
That
paralyzed.
sucks.
That's fake. Lyme disease isn't real.
Yeah.
It's made up. It's just the anti-tick lobby. They wanted to smear ticks with some bullshit because they're an easy scapegoat.
If they did a young artist for Haiti, I bet he'd come back.
Mhm.
Yeah. We gotta have something bad should happen to Haiti.
Yeah, so
It's
they
too
have to
bad
make
it's
the
been
song
14 years since something bad happened to Haiti.
Yeah, it's so peaceful down
It's
there
been
now.
too long.
They're doing really good down there, and it's peaceful, and everything's rebuilt for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Well, they've got
definitely
people
not,
running everything. They've got gangs and stuff.
Yeah,
and-
they got factions running the streets. Who needs anything else?
What's the guy's name? There's a guy.
It's something
The guy
funny.
who runs all the gangs.
Captain Barbecue or something.
Captain Barbecue.
He has some fucking.
That's pretty cool.
He has some fucking
No
stupid name like
shot.
that. It's like obviously like a nickname, but it's something stupid like that. What's it? I gotta find it now.
I'm on
Yeah,
that
what's that
Justin
guy?
Bieber.
I need to know what that guy's name is.
Oh no, you're probably thinking of Jimmy Charizier.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Barbecue Charizier.
It is barbecue,
was-
yeah. Jimmy Barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue. That's
There
cool.
was
But it's barbecue. It's
Barbecue.
BABEKYOU.
I want to read this quote from Justin Bieber when he got in trouble in 2014.
Okay.
It said, "Facing my mistakes from years ago has been one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with." That's just
What did he get in trouble for?
he's saying the N-word a whole bunch.
Oh, when he
Oh.
said one less lonely girl, but it was about
Yeah, exactly.
he put the N-word in it. But he was like 10.
He made up for that. He went down to the hood and they made him do push-ups and they made him sing.
He got molested by Usher.
Yeah.
He got molested by a lot of people.
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Of course he's going to say stuff like that.
He got molested by Skeeter. What's his face? What's his name?
Skeeter
Braun?
Braun.
Yeah, Skeeter Braun.
Skeeter.
Skeeter's
Call him
version.
Skeeter.
Run.
Hey,
I call him
dog.
Skeeter because he skeets on his clients.
That was
He
a
should
real
do
show,
that.
Cousin Skeeter.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was Coach Carter's son played the other character. I don't remember his
Vince
name.
Carter.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
It was the
That's-
same universe.
I remember my friends were going to see Coach Carter when the movie came out, and I think it was
My-
like go with them to the movies or go to the beach. And I was like, I do not care about Coach Carter, and they were like, what? See you guys later.
There was when we were freshmen in high school, because my friend just like never did his homework or did any work, and so he got put into this class.
you.
It was like success class, and it was like all the like basically the dumb kids.
Oh, that sounds
and they all
awesome.
knew
I
it.
want to be in that.
and it was just all the kids that just like were dumb or didn't take school ever, like anything serious. And it was this as their like elective instead of like taking like a real class like biology or like history. And then the one day of the class, they all just got on the bus and just went to watch Coach Carter. And the teacher came back and was like, "All right, do you guys feel inspired?"
That's so awesome.
Oh, that's
Like,
awesome.
that's awesome. Like, I'm so jealous.
Maybe it's cool to be one of those kids.
Yeah.
If I could be real, if I could go back and do school over completely, knowing what I know now, like just being like first, second, third grade, but with the knowledge I have now as an adult,
Mhm.
I would test shitty in everything so that I could go to like the classroom that's in the trailer behind the school. They get all the animals. They get the
Yeah.
most fun. They get like a snack and lunch. And
That's what I was
they don't
always
ever have
jealous
to
of.
do any like worksheets. They had like sit at the computer and do this monkey game. It was awesome.
My brother and my best
Not
friend when
special
I
ed
was like
though.
yeah, when I was like in like third, fourth grade, they both had like ADHD and like there was no real like diagnosis for it, so they had to go there and like get extra like teaching, but like they always got like snacks and there was always
Yeah.
candy in there, and I was just like,
That's what I'm
damn, I
saying.
went in there. I'm doing so fucking good in
I
school.
want to be in
did
the
nothing.
I want to be in the
Sucks.
classroom with more teachers than students.
They had the van. I was like, dude, I want to go to the van. It
Yep.
seems so tight. And so
My
they
last
play
year of
like
public school, that was Miss Harmon's class. All the dumb
They
fuck
played
friends,
all the,
including my friends.
they played all the like the reading games on the computer, like the math games, and then got like printed out like awards.
I remember
I was
walking
just
in from
like, "Fuck,
recess.
why am I so smart? God damn.
Walking in from recess, and you have to go to your homeroom before like the next period, and that was in third grade. And I'd always have to go to like the smart kid class. That was Miss Lanier's class
Mhm.
with all of the fucking nerds. And then all my friends with their untied Timberlands and shit walking down the other hallway to Miss Harmon's, going to play with the hamsters and shit. I'm like, fuck this. Shit sucks.
In 8th grade, I got put into, it was called like the leadership class, which I thought sounded cool because you got to go on like a school trip in 9th grade if you did it for 2 years. But what it was a bunch of like Poindexters that were very keen on like volunteering at the school and putting on events and stuff and like extracurricular stuff after that wasn't sports. And I was like, oh God, this is hell for me. I can't be in this class. And so I went to the counselor. I was like, hey, you got to get me out of here, man. This ain't for me. He's like, well, the only class that we have room for is this experimental class, which is, it's a normal 8th grade class, but it's where all the most troubled kids from grade 7 are. I'm like, oh yeah, sign me up, because I had like some homies in there. And it rocked because when we learned algebra, the teacher came to the front and was like, I'm so disappointed in all of you. Only 3 people in this entire class passed. And I'm like, oh fuck, like, was I really this far off? No, I got like a fucking A-. And my other buddy got like a B, and there's one other person that passed. And so she just had to teach the entire how to do algebra again for 3 weeks. Awesome. And I got to like sit at my desk and nap and fuck around.
Pretty good.
Best.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. That's
and there was like always entertaining shit, like a guy trying to escape up the class through a window. And we did an event where every day she would open up the door and like tell us to go run to the end of the field and back just so we'd get out our energy. It's like a second recess. Fucking rule.
Oh,
awesome.
The babysat class.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just letting you out like a dog. Just tie yourselves out real quick.
No, that's exactly what it was.
My senior year of high school, I got recommended to take an AP chemistry class. And I was just like, yeah, like, you know, I'm like, this is kind of cool. Like, I like chemistry. Like, I'll do it. And first day of school, teacher's like, all right, this class, like, school began at 7:50. And he was like, this class, everyone's going to need to be here at 7:20 a.m. And we're going to have a lab and then all of it. And I was just like, dog, this is not happening my senior year. like this fucking ass.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I immediately went to the counselor and I was like, hey, I got to drop this class like now. I can't do this.
Like, how can you even do that? It's like
I don't like
people have rides set up. Like people's parents are used to driving them at a certain time, or like
we were all seniors, so like I mean, they just assume you can like drive and get there. But like I was like, first of all, I'm late 5 minutes every day for school because I just don't give a fuck, and that's at like 7:55. 7:20, you're expecting me to get ready for school 30 minutes before everyone gets here? I was like, fuck you. And I got that class switched immediately for nothing, because like at my high school the AP classes didn't even go to college. Like it didn't matter. God. Yeah, you didn't get that credit, so like what the fuck is the point? Like you can test out of like some of those classes in college, but like doing any sort of AP at my high school didn't go towards any college credit. So what was the point?
The better thing to do is to do like dual enrollment, where you can go to a community college and take a course there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then that can be like your English course for the year or whatever. Because then you can just go over there at like after school. I had one after, I could actually leave school an hour early and skip study hall and just go to the community college, and you feel like you're a grown-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Akron I had something kind of like that in grade 9, but it was because I plagiarized a David Cross stand-up bit. We had to like write a persuasive essay, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like listening to a bunch of David Cross stand-up, and he had this good bit about how like the sacrifice that Jesus made wasn't all that good, because would you rather like hang out in the desert where it's fucking hot and there's like nothing to eat and everyone fucking hates you and wants to kill you, or would you rather like sit up in heaven where there's air conditioning and you get to like rule and judge humanity for like the rest of the time or whatever? And I'm like, oh, I'll just use this for my persuasive essay. And my teacher like asked me to see her after class after I handed it in. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. Like I knew I was kind of being an edgelord when I was doing it, but I was like, fuck. But she was like, this is like the most brilliant thing I've seen written from, and I think you're too good for this class. I want you to try and do 10th grade and 9th grade at the same time, so you're not going to like sit in the class anymore. You get to go to the library and like work at your own pace ahead of everybody else. And I'm like, okay, cool, that sounds good. Like I like being special. And then less than a month into that, I was like, this shit fucking sucks. Yeah. Why would I ever want to do this? Like put me back in the class so I could like fuck around and not work as hard.
Yeah. God damn. My only experience like that was the honors college, first year of college, which I don't even know why I accepted being in that. I think it was because like they had the new dorms for that.
Yeah,
and they had like
nice
they had a
dorms.
bathroom.
Yeah,
But you had to do an extra class, and you got nothing out of it. Like
Mhm.
you had to go to like 3 hours of extra classes and seminars for the honors college, and you get nothing.
yeah.
Like
there's
you have the
nothing.
same GPA, you have the same diploma. I still don't understand why you would do that.
You got
Just
like
adding a bunch of shit to your schedule.
It's just because you add it onto your resume. Be like, I was in the honors
Yeah.
college.
Like
and
if
then,
you're applying to grad school or
Yeah,
a PhD
and-
program,
yeah,
but I wasn't
exactly.
going to do that.
yeah. So it
So I
didn't
just
matter.
want the diploma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
look
then
at us now. We have a successful podcast.
There it
Didn't have
is.
to do any of this
But
shit.
yeah, like I knew like a bunch of my friends were in the honors dorm at Akron, and those were like the nice dorms. Those like
Yeah.
were like the like
They
brand
have a
new
gold sump
shit.
pump you can pee
Yeah,
in.
exactly. Every room had a sump pump. It was so nice. And
That's
then
luxury.
the other dorms were like weren't bad, but like the honors ones were like right on campus, right across from the like the food hall and in the middle of everything. So they just got to like have access to whatever. But yeah, again, like it doesn't really do much for you.
Yeah.
So,
And those
it's
kids
just
are
the idea
weirder.
of, like,
They're weirder
oh,
than
for sure.
average.
For
So
sure.
the first dorm, like I've talked about the Party Rock Anthem guy, the guy next door to
Wow.
me, where I
That's
was trying to
what's-
make friends, and he showed everyone Party Rock Anthem like 4 different times.
That's
What's
awesome.
weird
music
about that?
video and
yeah, it's actually
There
really
was
cool.
like in one of those honors college seminar things, like on the first day, they asked us like, "So what's your favorite type of music?" And he said, "Party Rock Anthem." So that's the type
a
of
good
kid
answer.
you're in there with, and like I don't know, like I would rather just
That's
be
so
with
awesome.
the drinker party people.
Well, to be fair,
Not
the
that I
drinker
would want to
party
do
people-
that, but like
The drinker
at least
party
they don't.
people were also listening to Party Rock.
Well, oh yeah, but like at least I have no issue with that song.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I just wish he shook it up a little bit, like do
Mhm.
"Sexy and I Know It"
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
"Sorry for Party Rocking."
Yeah.
Yep.
Mix it
Maybe
up,
some
buddy.
Sky Blue Red Foo solo work.
Not good. Listen to that.
Or you could go back and get into Motown, their father and grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
his record
Ooh.
company.
LMFAO is banned from Motown.
Oh, speaking of Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember those Bob Marley melatonin drinks?
Mhm.
Yes, of course.
Mhm. Yeah. What was it? Lean? What was it called?
Mellow.
Scissor.
Marley's
Oh.
Mellow Mood.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mellow mood.
I forgot they existed, but apparently they made a bunch of kids sick
Mm.
Uh-oh.
because
Yeah,
they had
no shit.
melatonin and rose hips and valerian root.
Oh wow.
And it's kind of fucked up because Bob Marley died from a melatonin.
Ah, true.
Yeah, he had it on his toe.
Hey.
He didn't want to get it removed.
I get it.
Oh my god.
Oh
Does it-
lord. God damn it.
Doesn't like unregulated use of melatonin fuck you up? Like our friend Matt posts about that
Yeah,
from time to time.
the doses people use are too high.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
like-
take like hero doses.
Less is
and it, like,
more.
your body doesn't even like. I think it's like anything more than 3 milligrams. Like your body.
They
like,
sell it in
can't-
3 milligram doses, so I always cut those
Yeah,
bitches
they sell
in half.
them. They sell
Yeah.
like in 5 and shit.
Yeah,
So-
less is more.
but,
for
like,
I take it
melatonin.
rarely, but I
Yeah.
take like one. Or
I always tell
half of
people
one.
to try half a milligram of melatonin, and you will have a better chance to lucid dream.
I just tell people to
Interesting.
drink a 6-pack.
Yeah, that's true.
Also.
Yeah, that's
Make
true.
sure it's warm though. So
I
it's
will do
comfortable.
it. I'll do it like if we're like stream late and like I just like my body's all wired up and I'm just like can't really settle down. I'll be like, all right, I'll take this and like in like a 30 minutes I'll be like chill and I'll just like fall asleep. And the first couple times I've had weird dreams off of it, but like most of the time I don't remember my dreams, so they're fine. When my wife takes it, which is very rare, she like wakes up in a night sweat and can't like handle anything.
Melatonin
But,
sometimes, especially when you take smaller doses, gives you.
But
like,
I was
really
also
vivid
I was on
shit.
Ambien. I was on Ambien for a bit because I needed an excuse. So I went to the doctor and because I missed an exam in a class and I was like, "Oh, I'm sick." So I just went to the doctor and said, "I can't sleep." And then I gave him a note and I was like, "Oh, well, you know what? Oh, why don't we try this out?" And that really fucks you up. So like melatonin to me, like those dreams are nothing. Like, oh, this is the Ambien dreams are straight like evil. Like you will wake up in the bathroom.
I've seen people. The worst though is for Ambien and like Restoril and shit. Is when people fight the sleep feeling and make it past it because all they end up doing is eating a fuckload of shit and they don't remember any of it. So they'll make like literally like 3 ham sandwiches and eat it and then don't remember it the next day. Be like, oh my god, I feel so sick this morning.
You wake up behind the wheel.
You do.
Literally.
I mean, like people
Yeah.
sleepwalk all
Yeah.
the time on it because your body's just dead, but like your brain's dead, but your like body like moves around.
Yeah, it's like
can do
shutting off
stuff.
half of your brain.
Yeah,
It's kind of
straight
scary.
up evil, and like you shouldn't be on it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If you are on it though, go to sleep when you feel sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to fight that feeling.
Try to jack off right before,
Yeah.
right at that,
Yeah.
right at that moment.
I've been having dreams again because I haven't been smoking as
Okay.
much weed, and if you smoke a lot of weed, you don't get dreams. And it was my
Yeah, I don't
it was my
dreams.
most vivid dream in years that I like the only I can't even remember my last dream because there was nothing cool happens in them. This one I got a job selling fake hemp weed at a dispensary inside of a shopping mall. And I was just
awesome.
like, what the hell is going on here? This is the shittiest operation I've ever seen. And I was just selling fake weed to people in the food court. It
See,
sucked.
Chet, now you got to work on your lucid dreaming too, because you
Yeah.
can't be having dreams going to work, bro.
Dude,
It's really
that's what
lame.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah,
But
man.
it's
a
worse
school
than your
dream.
real work.
Sucks.
Yeah.
It's like your work, but it's at a mall and it's shittier,
Ugh.
and they don't sell real.
No, the
weed.
worst is when it's something like that where it feels real, like you're at work and shit. The dream feels real, but something insanely unbelievable happens, and you get a picture of it on your phone, but you can't. Like your
Yeah.
phone breaks or something. It
Mhm.
never works right.
Mhm.
I hate those.
It's like
feelings.
I would have dreams about like playing like basketball or something, and then all of a sudden like I just can't dribble or I can't shoot.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
you're probably like sitting in your bed like, waving your arms around.
like,
shit.
dude, I was about to
Da,
fucking
da.
win this game. I can't do
Oh.
this.
You ever have that dream where you wake up and you're black, and you
Mhm.
try and take a selfie, and your front-facing camera doesn't work, and then you wake up?
I had a dream once that I
No.
peed myself, and I woke up and I was all wet, but my window had broken open during a storm, and it was raining on me.
What a relief.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh well, thank God these shitty windows.
A stick came through it. It was one of those like really shitty one. It was like a
Mhm.
rental house. It was one of those like
Like one
one
pane.
panel, one pane windows, and the stick just went doop and poked it out.
Damn.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, damn. I wish you had peed yourself.
You made that up,
So
dude.
bad.
That's unbelievable.
I
I think you
wish.
just peed.
That's so unbelievable.
Do you know what's funny? I was 10 and I went and told my mom, I was like, I thought I peed myself, but it's all over my bed too, and it's not pee, it was rain. Look at my window, it's broken. I kicked my window to lie.
Yeah, all the glass is on the outside. You're like, oh, I
crazy.
swear, that's crazy. The stick.
That shit sucks.
The rain was yellow. I think it was acid rain.
Oh, this rain really stinks bad.
I think there was brown hail, and it came in through the window.
reservoir.
Saying it's
Brown
acid
ale.
rain. This smells like pee.
I think some yellow snow came down and melted.
It must have pulled water out of Saginaw Bay near the sugar cane. That's why it smells like pee when it rains here. My mom will be like, okay. All right.
It smells so
Damn.
sweet.
My bedwetting son is so smart. He's so good at excuses.
He's so good at lying. I love him.
I was a dick. That house has a dick. I'd always, during the winter, we lived right behind the Oxford Leader, the newspaper place. I'd always wait for this one journalist to come in. He drove a Fiero. During the winter, I'd wait till he got there in the morning. I'd throw snowballs at him. He's this bald guy. It was like a funny thing, though, because he'd throw them back sometimes. He's
Mhm.
just like a cool guy. But it was right by our backyard. So I'd go and make like 5 snowballs and wait for his car to come in and start pelting them. He's like, oh, fuck.
You're laughing. You're like, oh, he's so nice. He's
Yeah.
like playing with me, and he's like
Well,
trying to
even,
hurt
like,
you.
the funniest thing is,
He's
like,
putting,
it'd be like-
ice in them.
It would be like
He's putting rocks in him.
the funniest thing is it would be like fucking December 27th at like 7 a.m. and it's all fucking
Mhm.
pitch black dark, but I'm just standing there waiting with my snowballs. He's like, God damn it.
this little shithead.
That's why I don't
Bastard,
trust
yeah.
columnists. Because they might be doing shit like that. They might be fighting with children.
At our next house too, my older brother and I, we used to fucking put on all of our snow camo. Like we'd snow ghillie suits and whip big ass snowballs at cars when they were coming up this steep hill in like really bad snow and hit their windshield, and these guys would fucking go "Arr!" in their truck and get out and be like, where the fuck are you? And fucking yelling into the night. They couldn't see us while we're laying right there.
One of the bad snowstorms we had, we got in trouble because we built like this big, just a bank in the middle of the street, and a car like
Yeah,
hit it.
we got in trouble for the same thing. They called
Doing
the
Looney
cops.
Tunes pranks.
Yeah,
They called the cops
Painting
on
a
us.
tunnel on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, they called the cops came and had to be like, you got to get all this out of here, and we're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
They're
lot
like,
of
this
snow.
is dangerous. We're gonna hit it, and it's like, and like 10-year-old me's just like, you have a car, just run it over, moron.
Yeah, doesn't the town have a plow
Yeah.
that my parents pay taxes for?
I love
But
it.
it's that's the I do miss that the snow and being 10 years old and just being like, I can do whatever I want.
I miss
It's
almost
fine.
dying every winter. Like realizing, I think I've talked about this before, when we would dig tunnels through the big snowplow piles, and it's like we could have so easily been crushed.
So dangerous.
No one
So
would've found us.
dangerous. No one would have ever found us till like the spring.
In the spring.
Where did those boys go?
Yeah, where did all those boys go?
Could have been
Where
on
did the
milk
Hudsons
carton.
go?
Some of them were pretty solid, and also like some of them weren't that big of a deal. Where if it collapsed, we would just be like our heads would be out in the air. But some of those were fucking.
You mean the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those kids were solid, but some of them, if they died, I wouldn't care at all.
Yeah, the Methodist
bother me.
homeschoolers we didn't care about. The
Yeah,
families that had the kids that would breastfeed till they're 5, those kids are weak.
They're expendable.
Actually, they're strong.
I told you guys about those kids, the Barbs. They were the other kid. They were the other family with like a ton of boys, so they were just like our immediate like sports matchup. Whenever we want to play something, we just go over there and be like, "Hey, bitches, you want to play?" Like we hated each other, and they were these like Ned Flanders type kids, and their fucking 5.5-year-old brother would just walk up and grab his mom's tit and start going.
Oh,
As a
Breastfeeding
parent
at 5
myself,
years old, man.
Good
I
lord.
fucked up.
I'm
He could
not
be talking
I'm
shit
not
and playing
passing
hockey. And
judgment.
he'd walk over and breastfeed. I'm like,
I don't pass judgment on anyone who wants to breastfeed. We will not do. My wife and I, we stopped around like 6-7 months, and
yeah, you got shit to do.
their dad was
it's
the
like-
Methodist pastor of the church right there on M24.
yeah,
And
it's
their mom's name was Barb, so we just called them the Barbs. We had no idea what any of their names were.
My mom is a sow.
I remember one time their pastor dad came over and like was fucking pissed at us because we were having a snowball fight with their kids, and they had all these stacked bricks in the backyard from some project, and it was covered in snow too. And someone ran into like a corner of it and knocked a bunch down. I think it was one of their kids. It wasn't even us. And he came over and was like, "Your boys need to come over and stack my bricks up right now." And
Why?
my dad was like, "Nah, it's pretty cold out. Good night."
It's just trash in the yard. Like shit they were gonna build and they never built.
It's bricks in the snow. Make your fucking dumbass kids do it.
Like if you didn't build that before the snow came, I don't think you're gonna build it.
Make
You
your
didn't plan
make your
correctly.
kids that wear turtlenecks even in the summer do it.
Yeah, he's gonna build a patio, and he did like Homer Simpson mistakes.
I will give them credit though. On Saturdays, we would play those kids in hockey from like 9 in the morning till 7 at night, and they would stay fucking playing the entire time. We'd all like leave for an hour to eat lunch and come back, but it was like
They didn't have to leave because they had breast milk.
we were playing on their.
Yeah,
we
it made
they're
them
fine. They're
stronger.
healthy.
we were playing in their church parking lot, so they couldn't even say they were going to leave. It was there on home turf.
People go ape shit for breast milk though. Like all the bodybuilders. There's a story of someone. I won't say how I know them, and in the small chance that they end up listening. But they had a baby, like I think 2 babies, and she was like an overproducer, so she's just got all this breast milk, and you can donate it to hospitals, you can donate it to anybody who needs it, like people who like are like on drugs and they have babies and they need breast milk to feed their babies. You can just give them, like donate to them, no problem, no questions asked. So she had this freezer full of breast milk, and she noticed like, oh, the supply was just dwindling. Like it was just going down and down and down. She couldn't figure it out. And it turns out her bodybuilder
Baby
dad,
infestation.
her bodybuilder dad was sneaking in there
Oh
and
my
taking
God.
the breast milk
That's
and
fucked
drinking
up,
it.
man.
You can't do it to your kid.
You can't do that.
Oh, that's
You just absolutely cannot do it.
That
it
And,
just doesn't.
yeah,
so
it's,
nasty.
it's really fucked up.
You could get that from anywhere. Just drink whey protein.
I don't know.
It's all like
Can I?
pseudoscience shit.
I was getting mad earlier thinking about like how there's so much we know about nutrition that's scientifically proven to the point where it's some of the most boring classes I've ever taken. Learning about how protein breaks down, all that shit. It's all stuff that's proven, and there's still so much like the amount of pseudoscience right now, but also like the amount of pseudoscience of people just confidently being like, "Oh no, this is true," and how often that changes and all that. And what got me thinking about it was the people that were like, "Ooh, fluoride in the water? No thanks," while their mouth just looks like Vince, and it's like, what's the
It's
alternative?
reason-
mind
What are
control
you
somehow,
really
even though it's just
worried
a
about?
molecule.
Yeah, you
The
fucking
reason-
juggalo. Why are you so scared of fluoride?
They have to put fluoride because you fucking idiots don't brush your teeth.
Yeah.
So like they're like, all right, we're sick of this. Like we got to do something.
They give kids fluoride in school.
Well, the joke's on them because those people don't drink water. The people that need the fluoride, they don't drink water.
That's also true.
That's true.
I was losing it this morning at my post. I was in one of the carnivore groups, and this guy posted, been carnivore about 2.5 months, going to attempt a 30-day sardine fast during the month of September. I absolutely hate fish, but want to reset my body and completely rewire my brain and nervous system.
That's what I'm
And if
talking
you
about.
hate fish, that's the worst thing to do. That's
And
not
then
going to make you like fish, only eating sardines for a month.
Eating tinned fish for a month.
The shittiest fish.
In olive oil. It's chicken of the sea, wild caught sardines in olive oil. And it's just, that's all he's going to eat. Which is also, it's funny to call it like a fast.
I want to smell that guy's nut.
Technically, it's not the...
It's weird
the
they
right
call them all
definition.
chicken of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be all Jessica Simpson, but like I thought it was tuna. Like is every fish just the chicken of the sea?
That guy's cum is going to smell like a bag of power bait being opened. So gross. That guy's going to come into a pond and the fish are going to swarm like those carp.
You're supposed to enjoy eating food, and you can reset your body and be like, man, I'm eating kind of bad.
Like I should, it's always people look like the fucking carnivorous chef. Like, dude, you were probably the worst shaped man I've ever seen.
That's why
why would I ever listen to you?
Like I do like him because he is the honest encapsulation of like the carnivore diet, where you're like, this is the guy who's miserable and like just weird, like a little.
He looks
piggy.
like at any second he can bend over and give you like soft serve hummus turds. Like at any moment,
without even knowing. Yeah. Like it would just come down his leg. And he also he has a little tail.
It would just look like hummus plopping down under him.
He has a little curly Q tail and he just shits.
Put down a towel before he sits on your couch.
The first one looked like the big cork shit from The Gathering. The cork turd.
And the rest of them just like slide out.
I love that Fall Out Boy album, Under the Cork Turd.
Under the cork turd.
Love it.
But it's just, it is interesting that like there's just so much evidence and you just like plug your ears and go, nope, I'm right.
Well, to that point, it's like very easy to find some specific study that supports like your point or whatever it is that you're trying to sell. So
that's what I'm just saying. Like,
it snowballs.
It's always got to be some new thing. People always want a shortcut.
Yeah.
And that's always been around, but it is kind of disappointing that it's still going on. Like when we were growing up, it was like eggs are good for you. No, eggs are bad for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cholesterol war and all that shit.
Yeah.
I know a lot of that shit goes back and forth, but like just as far as like the process of losing fat and gaining fat and how sugars can be good for you and how they can be bad for you and that sort of thing, it's all scientific. Just the very basics, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't know shit about lifting and how to keep gaining after you think you've hit a plateau and all that shit. I've never been a fitness guy like that. I don't know, and I probably will never know. But holy fuck, the people that are just, they eat everything, especially from TikTok, which is just making everything worse again. I feel like I'm hearing things from like fit lurking days from when I did work at the gym and work out of like total bro science that's just being rehashed. And the other thing, especially for the Zoomers, is accusing every single person of being on roids if they have any sort of definition. Roids. Oh, it's roids.
Anytime someone's like cutting and like lean and like dehydrated, like, and they're just like, oh, you're just on roids because it's like, you're just showing muscle. It's like, God damn, you're so stupid.
Anyone who's bigger than me is on roids. Anyone that's smaller than me is a pussy. The end.
Okay, there it is. That's honestly.
Did you see Lizzo is thin?
Yeah, roids.
Yeah.
It's roids. I keep saying Ozempic Lizzo, it's going to happen, and it happened.
It's my favorite band, Thin Lizzo.
Yep.
Thin Lizzo.
The girl is
I knew
back
she
in
hasn't
town.
been around for a while. She hasn't. You would have seen her at the DNC. You would have seen her at all this shit.
Well, she got
she's
canceled.
been gone.
If I worked
she did get canceled.
If I worked at the New York Post, I would have the picture of her on the balcony and say, "Thin Lizzo, the girl is back in town." How about that?
That's right.
That'd be some
Pretty
fucking people.
That'd be some retweets
people
for
would
you.
be groaning at that. Yeah, it'd be quote tweeted. People being like, "Well, I hate New York Post, but this is pretty good.
This is pretty epic.
Pretty epic."
Oh, it's pretty epic.
Oh yeah. Pretty
Oh yeah.
Fuck, love that.
I think she was right to fat shame her dancers.
Mm-hmm.
It's for their health.
I think she's right to stick that crystal flute right up her ass and
Yeah.
play it.
Hey now.
Fuck James Madison. What is he gonna do?
Yeah.
He was the smallest president. She could fit him between her ass cheeks.
Yeah, I'm glad James Madison got hacked and leaked all those emails.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck his wife. His wife is a whore. Ashley.
Joe, your daughter Ashley's a bitch.
During the War of 1812, when the British were burning down the White House, it was Ashley Madison who saved all the porn.
Oh, wow.
She saved all the painted porn that they had in the White House, yeah.
She's just encouraging people to be, like, she's encouraging infidelity, and I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Ben Franklin was like, Ashley, this is so awesome what you're doing. I love this.
Ben Franklin would have loved
Oh my God,
Lizzo.
Ashley, this is amazing.
Oh my gosh, Ashley, yeah, that's Ben Franklin.
Oh my.
Ben Franklin would have gone crazy for being in between Lizzo's butt cheeks.
Ben Franklin was writing back, oh my gosh, Ashley, well, I had a kite flying outside of his window tied to his dick that was pulling it up and down.
Yeah, he would be on Joystick.
Oh, he for sure would be on Joy. I saw the other day, this lady was on Joystick and she was doing a live stream while she was driving, and she just kept looking down at her phone in the center console.
Oh my God.
She was
Was
close.
she doing anything horny?
No, well, like people were donating and being like, "Oh, it was like 200 bits." And it was like clit rub, and the guy was like, "Oh, we're gonna cause an accident," and like she never did it. She just was like, she kept staring down at their phone in the center console and just driving. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Come on!"
Weird.
I went to a Joystick the other night, and it was a follow only one to see it, so you got to follow it.
Oh yeah.
And I followed it, and it was just this guy that's sitting there with his legs up in stirrups, and he's dressed as a dog. And he's got this giant dildo already in his ass that's on like a fuck machine. And he's playing this game. I don't even know what it was, but it was a type of game. It was literally gay. It said game, GAYME, paused when he paused the menu. But he's riding around. It was like 8-bit, and he's riding around penises. I'm like, man, this is maybe the gayest stream I've ever seen. But
Wow.
I followed it on my Joystick account, and he goes, Whack Nicholson, thank you for the follow. And every follow gets a fuck, so this one's for you. And he hit this red button, and the big dick went boom, boom, boom up his ass 3 times. He goes, ah! And he goes, thank you.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I said, thank you, and that was it.
That guy should go to his trivia game.
That's awesome.
Oh, Wack's
Wow.
gonna get so
Yeah, it's
upset
nice
when he
of
tries
him.
to go on Joystick.
Yeah, it's nice of him to be supporting sex workers like that after he was canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled-ish.
Last time we talked about him, like his ex-podcast just started shitting on him,
Mm-hmm.
and then he started fighting back with them.
There it is. There's the guy. Look at on the screen.
Oh yeah, I know
wow.
that guy. That guy rocks.
I think this guy might be a little light in the loafers.
Yeah. I think that guy's a friend of Dorothy.
A bit of a fruitcake.
There was a
I think
Zeke
that guy's a
posted
friend of
picture.
Charlie.
I think this guy's a bit of a confirmed bachelor.
Zeke posted a picture of this lady, and she's got like a dildo, and it's like on a motor or something, and like when you tip, it like goes faster. And he said the people were tipping, and the machine will just start going from like a dead stop to about 100 miles per hour. And
Oh, man.
Like she was wearing bunny ears and like knocked them off. And
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like the skeleton toy.
yeah. People are going wild on there, and you love to see it. It's
I like
it's a
how the
beautiful
ass cam
website.
guy is always the ass cam guy. Doesn't do anything different, which
Yeah.
is really funny.
Yeah, I love the butt cheek guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the butt cheek guy is so
Like,
good.
That would be a hilarious bit on Twitch. Just have a picture of an ass that moves sometimes, so it like looks like it, but that guy's really doing it. Respect.
Yeah, you gotta respect the ass cam. They're
I
dedicated
respect all
to it.
joystick streamers. That takes
Me too.
courage.
You got to put yourself out there, and I appreciate it. And I love the chatters that are just leaking, and they're all at work or like in school or something. And
There was
just
that one
being
guy
like, "Damn,
yesterday
this is so
streaming
awesome."
though, where he's sitting there rubbing his dick, and he's got like 3 different camera angles. But then sometimes on his screen in big white letters it says, "Not reading chat right now, working." And this dude's on
Yeah.
like work calls and shit.
it said muted and working.
Yeah.
and he's wearing a dress shirt and no pants.
That's my lawyer.
Yeah, Drill posted the screenshot of that one later and said, "Dream job." It's so true.
Yeah, if you can do that on your job, it's a pretty good job.
He was like annoyed, like he was annoyed at something at work and just sitting there kind of like rubbing his dick all mad, like.
I sent a picture. This is the lady
Error.
driving, fully clothed, just looking down at her phone.
Such a horrible angle too to be looking like trying to read on the other seat.
This is the working
It's
guy.
so weird.
Muted and
Oh, that's
working
cool.
is
The working guy's awesome.
Oh my god! Like you can tell he has some
pants were
sort
off
of like
later on.
office job, and he's just that's some guy in a Zoom call just like rubbing his dick. You don't know because they need to make people raise their hands.
That guy's
Hands up
probably
during this
that guy's probably a BetterHelp therapist.
meeting. Use
sitting
code Chapo FYM.
He's sitting there talking to Mock Tack while he's rubbing his soft little foreskin,
Yeah.
rolling it through his fingers. Pretty cool.
And so they created a whole bunch of accounts to follow you and stalk you.
Wow, tell me
Well,
more.
maybe you should go to a different website. You should go on Joystick. Because guys with your body type, they really like watching them play a game, and they have 2 cameras, and one of them's on the below the waist side, and one of them's up top.
Ooh, Mock Tack belly button cam. That would go hard.
You can have one on your hole.
Watching the stain get bigger as he gets wetter.
Your stained shirt.
As
His whole leak.
getting my Mock Tack turned on,
Yeah.
stain just gets bigger and bigger.
Nasty. Mock Tack sneezing and a bunch of like pus comes out from different like lymph nodes and holes and shit. Like when SpongeBob has the suds.
He sneezes hummus.
My Mock Tack has the suds.
Yeah, it's trying to sneeze and holding it in. It pops a bunch of zits.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Just pushes out the whiteheads.
That's foul.
It cracks your back like a chiropractor.
Drops your hummus plot poop like a carnivorous chef.
Yeah, he's always making hummus. They call him Sabra.
He's always plopping hummus patties all over the kitchen.
Yo, Sabra, what's up?
Yo, Sabra, what's up?
Yo, Sabra. Yeah, I
We're
think
gonna
it means
trigger
something
chat
in
with
Spanish.
that.
I don't know. They're just always calling me Sabra.
What's that?
But bringing up the hummus,
I'm just gonna stay quiet. We've had
I fear it might be
Hummus is good.
triggering for you. Maybe we should
Some
be
Mexican
more-
kids rolled up on their bikes and started calling me Sabra.
Well,
And I don't know why.
It's cool.
And then they said I don't have pubes, and they said to show me their pubes, but this time I didn't fall for it. I know their game.
I'm gonna start saying.
I know what you guys are doing.
Instead of El No Sabe, he doesn't know. I'm gonna start saying El No Sabra. He doesn't.
El no Sabra.
Sabra.
He doesn't have hummus shits.
Yeah, he doesn't have hummus. He doesn't buy BDS hummus.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's good
Yeah.
for him.
Mhm.
I don't know if I actually have some big news. I'm going to start my job at the wound clinic pretty soon.
Oh, cool. The
that's
volunteer,
cool.
the volunteer
Yeah.
position.
Well, volunteer job. They offered me a paid job, but I said, no, sis, I'm good.
You can pay me in used bandages. Pay me in gauze. I take it home.
I
I take it home. I use it.
I wish so
practice.
badly that I could see his chart.
Mm-hmm. Stinks. Just stinks on it. And gross. And
Oh
dirty.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've talked about it before the kids that always smell like a Band-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
They smell like
Like
medicine.
an old dirty Band-Aid.
Yeah. You know the smell of like cough syrup that just smells medicinal?
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
near the
The
kid
bad
and
one.
you can smell their aura and it's like Band-Aid medicine. You're like, oh, sick kid.
They smell like an ear piercing.
Yeah. No, it's like that. It's like it's like unwrapping a new Ace wrap, that type of smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I love those. I love an ace wrap.
I love an
I want to
old
put them
one.
all over
I'll
myself.
put 2 on my legs for my wounds.
Yeah,
There's
I want
an adult
wounds.
version of that where it's like a guy that smells like shit, but not like you farted shit, but like actual
Poop.
shit. Like
Yeah.
whenever you get close to it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually alcoholics.
Oh, really? Yeah, it always freaked me out as like a kid. Like some
Mhm.
friend's dad would like just like smell like shit, and I could
Yeah.
never place it.
It's almost
Until,
always
like-
an alcoholic that doesn't know/care, and they're wearing dirty clothes and stinking,
Some people don't shower. People don't shower as much, and like
or
aren't
they
as
don't wash
good at
their
that.
ass.
Yeah,
Or
they
those
definitely
people
don't
that
wash
don't
their
wipe
ass,
well.
like-
They
yeah.
ball up the paper and stand up and just like wipe the very like corner of their crack and
Yeah.
don't ever get in there deep. Can you imagine walking around all peanutty like that? That would suck.
love it.
That would
That'd be
feel so
great.
good,
Oh,
dude.
No
that's,
way.
that's how I do it. I
Reaching in there to
as soon
itch.
as I'm done, I just stand up.
No, if I have like one little itch, I immediately picture there's like a payday
Mhm.
bar of turd right there. I gotta
Ah.
go wipe.
That's my favorite thing when I get a nice itch. I can just scratch it through my pants.
Yeah, I want to
and
get
can
some
smell
wounds
it
on my butt.
finger.
I'm trying to get some gauze on my butt. I'm trying to take one of my grandma's ace bandages and just wrap it around myself. Like it goes around my butt and then it goes around my shoulders and I look like Borat.
I need a hot Trump nurse to get the wounds on my butt.
Unwrapping an ace bandage to wipe your poop. So funny.
Yeah.
What? I couldn't find OTP.
Trying to
Coming
flush
in
it,
gauze.
and it
Mom found my gauze.
My God.
My pile of gauze.
That sounds like something that would happen in like if somebody was like in a car that was dead or something and they had to poop, so they had to like open up the medicine, like the first aid kit from the trunk and use the ace wrap to fucking wipe their ass. Hey, what's this poopy ace wrap? Nothing. It was so funny. Just using all the
We
gauze
started
to wipe
and
your
ended
ass.
this with shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
that's
about
like
right.
half this episode.
Tell everyone when we polled everybody, they said they loved it, and they knew.
I mean, if we could talk
needed
about
more.
blowing your nose into gauze and then wrapping up your grandma's foot wounds, or
Talk
just
about-
blowing your nose into your wounds,
Our next episode is about eating boogers.
blowing your nose into your
that's gonna be-
long-haired cat's hair.
Yeah,
wiping your boogers onto your cat.
we're having
Yeah,
John
don't
Fetterman
do
on to
that.
show us how to get hard boogers off furniture.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, his wife is going to be.
Yeah, I was
explaining
gonna say he's good. He's an expert at getting soft boogers on the furniture, and his wife's an expert on getting them
Yeah,
off.
we call him Phase
Yeah.
1.
that. She just wishes he could get hard like his boogers do.
Well, folks, check out the
That's one of the
Patreon.
things that she said. Yeah, check out John Fetterman's boogers.
Check out the 90s and good shit.
Mm-hmm.
He has a booger
check out
wall in his
the
office.
Patreon. Check out the Twitch stream.
He
Leave
wipes
a
boogers on
5-star
those
review.
hostage posters. He doesn't even realize it's
Check
disrespectful.
out Todd Bertuzzi. Check out OVO.
Mm-hmm.
Check out Bert Kreischer and OVO.
Check out my butt. Check out Drake.
Do not check out his butt.
Yep.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming. All the moments